Today's horoscope, Pisces May 21st, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The Sun moves into Gemini in your sector of home and family today, where it will transit until June 20th. It's a strong cycle for family activities, home improvement, and improving your sense of safety, security, and comfort. It's also good for reconnecting with your roots. Domestic projects and family activities can flourish now. You tend to stick to familiar paths, methods, people, situations, and settings during this cycle, and it's a nice time to build and gain strength, courage, and confidence. What feels safe and comfortable appeals most right now in this refreshing cycle. It's a time for nurturing the self as well as loved ones. Living conditions and arrangements are in focus, and if they can improve, you'll seek ways to do so. Prepare for a whole new zodiac season. As the mighty Sun, our great luminary, shifts gears into the bottom of your chart, he will venture into Gemini. In the month ahead, you'll notice that you have more attention on home, family, and domesticity as your solar house is activated. Regardless of whether single or attached, this is the moment to update your living space and consider how you can transform it into a sensual experience. Bust out the aromatherapy and incense. Buy some new candles. Be sure to decorate your home with many plants and flowers. Stimulate your senses and spirit. An unexpected outburst in the middle of a meeting could bring up an important topic no one wants to tackle except you. You're unsure how to proceed, so pull aside a coworker for help. The current astral configuration gives you added strength in looking inward and taking stock of your health habits to determine if they are serving you or not. Assume an attitude of inquiry but suspend judgment. What does your diet need in order to improve your overall well-being? Copious amounts of drinking water? More fresh fruits and vegetables? More minerals? More vitamins? Listen to what your body is trying to tell you. The power is in knowing. Give to yourself today by way of spending some intimate quality time with a loved one. You can't always focus on your work or the family unit. This can bring you to a point of emotional deprivation if it goes on too long. By using this day's energy to connect with someone, you allow yourself to be nurtured in a completely different way. See what you can do for yourself in this area. Take care of your own needs. The moon is still in a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart after its clash with Mars in your busy work sector yesterday. But there has been enough separation that they are no longer putting pressure on each other. However, the moon is still here, monitoring how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off as Mars not only moves into his final 4 weeks in your work sector in some of the busiest of the year, but ahead of his friendly aspect to Venus in your income sector over the next few days. This is a reminder to work smarter and to pace yourself. While the moon and Mars are separating from their clash yesterday, from opposite sides of the sky they are still keeping each other in check while putting how well you know when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off in the spotlight. While this is a brief reminder, with Jupiter just 3 weeks away from your romantic sector and from kicking off your luckiest year for love in over a decade, it is the right reminder at the right time. Daily Planetary Overview. Today brings a powerful opportunity for self-reflection and growth, a chance to pause and take full ownership of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. As the Sun in grounded Taurus forms a supportive sextile with Saturn in deeply intuitive Pisces, you're being gently encouraged to step into your responsibility not as a burden, but as a gateway to personal evolution. Think of this moment as a checkpoint in your journey. Are you aligned with your values? Have your recent choices honored your deeper needs? This cosmic energy invites you to be honest with yourself without guilt or shame and recognize how far you've come, even through the tough lessons. It's okay to acknowledge where you've struggled or made mistakes. What matters is how you carry that awareness forward. And just as you begin to settle into this grounded reflection, a lighter breeze stirs the energy. The Sun shifts into lively, inquisitive Gemini later today, signaling the start of a season filled with curiosity, communication, and mental stimulation. If you've been feeling a bit weighed down or stuck in your routine, this shift may feel like a breath of fresh air. It's the perfect time to open your mind, Try something new, and ask the questions you've been sitting on, whether they're about yourself, your relationships, or even the wider world. Gemini season reminds us that it's okay to not have all the answers. What matters is our willingness to learn, to explore, and to connect. So, if there's a subject you've always wanted to dive into or a hobby you've been curious about, now's the moment. Engage your intellect, start a conversation, join a class, or simply follow where your interests lead you. The joy is in the discovery. You may also find that communication flows more easily today. Whether you're opening up about how you feel, clearing the air after a disagreement, or just reconnecting with someone you haven't spoken to in a while, the atmosphere is warm, open, and forgiving. This is a beautiful time to set aside pride or assumptions and speak from the heart. Even the simplest, most sincere words can dissolve tension and bring people closer together. On a practical level, your dedication and sense of discipline are likely to be recognized. You may receive long overdue praise or a reward for your recent hard work, which brings a deep sense of fulfillment. And while external validation is lovely, remember that the most meaningful approval comes from within. Take a moment to genuinely appreciate your own growth, your perseverance, and the strength it took to get here. Financially, this is a time for patience, not risk. Even if you're presented with what seems like a golden opportunity, take a step back. Ask the hard questions, look at the fine print, and don't rush decisions. The right moment will come, but today calls for a cautious, considered approach. Protect your resources by trusting your instincts and waiting for more clarity. Lastly, don't overlook your physical well-being. If your nerves feel a bit frayed or your energy has been scattered, that's your body's way of asking for care. Prioritize rest, nourishment, and routines that replenish your system. And remember, relaxation is not laziness, it's essential. When you finally allow yourself to fully unwind, the sense of peace and pleasure you experience will be all the richer for it. So as you move through your day, ask yourself, where can I take responsibility, not as punishment, but as empowerment? What new ideas or conversations am I ready to explore? And how can I nurture both my mind and body as I grow? We'd love to hear from you. Have you recently experienced a moment of clarity or a shift in your priorities? What have you learned about yourself through owning your choices? Share your insights in the comments. You never know who might feel seen or inspired by your story. Today, remember that every choice you make when made with self-awareness brings you one step closer to the life you're meant to live. You're not just surviving, you're becoming. And that is something truly worth celebrating.